Today we will be checking out the brand new weapon that came out in the newest Season 4 Battle Pass, the MG82 LMG, and it is unlockable on tier 14 once you progress all the way to 15. I'm pretty sure that's how it works in this game. Usually I'm really confused about the battle passes. We'll be checking out this weapon specifically in zombies and seeing how good or how long it is good for and what round it kind of starts dropping off and things like that. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe. Thank you all so much for subscribing recently. We're super close to 21,000 subscribers. So thank you. I appreciate every single one of you. As I always say that, I feel like I'm repeating myself at this point. And also be sure to drop a like on the video. Can we go for 150 likes again? That seems like a good goal. I believe in you guys. But without further ado, let's get right into the video. So the first thing that I did was obviously hopping into a game without any attachments or anything like that because it was my first time using this weapon. And the first thing I can tell you is this weapon without a sight is very difficult to control. I found out that once I put on a sight on this weapon, everything just became so much more comfortable to use and it became so much more accurate. I don't know if it's the fault of the iron sight on the weapon, but it was just very difficult to aim it and just get full-on kills straight away with it. It felt like it was not dealing enough damage, but I feel like it was mostly the fault of no sight on this weapon. Now this weapon, before pack-a-punching, apart from that where it's very difficult to obviously aim with the iron sight, but if you have attachments, it's pretty good. And one thing that I found out that is consistent through this weapon, using it all the time, is hip fire. It's a very accurate weapon with hip fire, and especially if you have a laser sight, it just becomes way better, and I found it being more comfortable to use. Now when you pack-a-punch this weapon, it is called the caliber. Don't really want to butcher that too much, but it's here on screen. That's what it's called. I found out that when it's pack-a-punched, it's very fast fire rate really comes out in it, and it's very good. Then one cool thing with these weapons is the LMGs have an increased headshot damage, so basically you'll be able to get multiple headshots till pretty high enough rounds from what I found out, and it just became such a satisfying thing to use when it was pack-a-punched and leveled up. To get all those critical headshots with Deadshot Daiquiri and hip firing was just a very satisfying thing to use, and I enjoyed it definitely the most out of this weapon. One disadvantage that I find with this weapon, and it's probably one of the biggest things that I really don't like about it, it's its reload speed. Even with pack-a-punch, when it does slightly increase the reload speed and on top of that speed cola, it still felt like it was a weapon that just kind of made me go down because of that reason. Past round 30, I found to go down ridiculous amount of times. I'm pretty sure I went down like 15 times trying to go up to a reasonably high round. And that is, for one, because of the reload speed becoming really bad, and you are slower with the weapon because of it being an LMG, but once you get stamina up, you are obviously faster. And on top of that, past round 30, I don't know why, but this weapon just becomes pretty bad, and it's probably one of the biggest disadvantages with it as well, apart from the reload speed, is the fact that it's an LMG, and past round 30, it kind of just doesn't feel as good to use. Now I did try it against Orda on Firebase Z with a combination of Ring of Fire and its fire rate. It was definitely very easy to take it down. Now I did get lucky to the point where Orda was doing its kind of double damage thingy. I don't exactly know what to call it, but basically when it spits out the fire, it basically makes you deal damage on it, and it definitely helped out, and I took it out in a few seconds. Nothing insane, nothing too slow, so that was pretty satisfying to use. I feel like this weapon would be very difficult to use against Orda and Outbreak, just because obviously in Outbreak it is more difficult to get a higher rarity of a weapon and pack-a-punch super early on, which is usually around the time when Orda decides to spawn in. But on Firebase Z, by round 30, you should have everything fully prepared and fully ready, so it shouldn't be all that difficult. Now early rounds, I was able to get out of really sticky situations really fast just because of the hip fire accuracy, and also on top of that, the critical shots, as I said, they were pretty good. But on the higher rounds, when I started going down a lot, which was one of the main reasons I kept on going down, was because I get cornered, because, well, I'm not the greatest at zombies, but I got cornered a lot, and trying to get out of those corners with this LMG was definitely a bit of a hassle and very difficult to do, and reload speed and everything just kind of added on together to basically make it not very good to use. So you 100% need ammo mods past round 30, which is the main thing that I didn't use just because I wanted to see the weapon without any ammo mods by themselves. But that's basically it. I talked a lot about this weapon. I feel like I repeated myself a few times, but hopefully I basically gave you a good oversight if it's worth grinding out till that tier 14, or if you already have it unlocked and you just wanted to find out if it's worth going for Dark Ether, or even just using it as a base weapon. Now I know I didn't talk about it Outbreak, but I will test this weapon out against the Legion in a future upload on this channel, since we do that series occasionally. Now I'm gonna try to concentrate more on weapons and other things in season 4. But thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, like the video, and I will see you all guys in the next one. Peace out.